Okay, hi folks. How's everyone doing this Friday? We're going to go ahead and get started with our webinar today. I just wanted to take a few minutes to go ahead and introduce you all to our speaker and let you know a few rules for today's webinar. Today's webinar is going to be called What's in it for us? A real look at why you should be a member of TAG. And we have an awesome speaker today. She is my colleague and the Senior Director of Premier Membership Retention here at TAG. Her name is Emily Cook, and she's going to be our expert in speaking about membership with TAG and how we can be of help to you. Just so all of you are aware, this session is being recorded. It will be put on our YouTube channel once it is done, so you guys can go ahead and view it after you are finished. And also, our webinar today is powered by ReadyTalk. They're an excellent client of ours, and their webinar software is super reliable. So if you guys have any questions about ReadyTalk, let us know after the session. Also, so you are aware, we will hold 10 minutes at the end for a Q&A. You can ask your questions at the end over in the chat box where I just typed here. We are going to go ahead and moderate them at the end. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them during, but we will ask them again at the end. And with that, Emily, I will let you go ahead and take it away.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Perry. So hi, everybody. My name, like Perry said, is Emily Cook, and I am the Senior Director of Premier Membership here at TAG. So what that means in a nutshell is that once you become a member of TAG, particularly a Premier member, you're going to be doing a lot of work with me and my team of 6 relationship directors. For those of you, I know we have a lot of people on the call today who are Premier members, so hopefully you guys know who your relationship director is, and even better, have talked to them or met them at an event. But one thing to keep in mind throughout this program is, we give a certain, talk and a certain amount of information at every orientation, every personalized company meeting and things like that. And so what I really wanted to do for everyone is break it down and really look at it from a value proposition perspective, and that's why I titled it what I titled it. So what's in it for us? That's the eternal business question is what's in it for us? Why should we care about this membership? Why should we continue it? And why should we really get excited about TAG? So I'm hoping that that is what I can share with you guys from an internal perspective. So just I feel like maybe a little background information is in order. So before I was working with TAG, I've spent my career working for several companies throughout the Southeast, everything from a marketing and advertising company where I did print advertising for Verizon Wireless, then went on to a company where I was doing business development strategy for a company that developed e-commerce websites, and then some sales positions here and there. So lots of experience working on the company side of things, so it's nice now to be on the organization side of things that gets to help the companies through fun events and business development from a nonprofit point of view. So hopefully I can share some information from both sides of the spectrum and give you all a view. So if you are looking at the screen, you'll probably recognize this slide. This is the why is TAG important to you. You'll see this at orientations when your relationship director, myself, or one of my teammates comes to talk to your company, and it does the general spelling out of why is TAG important. You'll see pictures on the left of fun events, our Premier member map on the right, and then it talks to you about how TAG is going to connect you with the Georgia technology community. It's going to influence legislative policies, expose you to new industry trends, new technology, new innovations, some things that people are developing. It's going to help you foster client relations, hopefully make some sales, hopefully make some business opportunities for you, build brand visibility, that's something you're after, and then secure your top talent. So this is all well and good, and I'm sure that you see all this, you're like, okay, this is great, so what do I do with this? Which kind of brings me to my next slide. So what? You guys can do all this stuff for me, so it's taking time out of my day to figure all this out. How do we put all these things into use? What if we don't need hiring? What if we don't need visibility because we're one of the biggest companies in the U.S. We just happen to be headquartered here in Atlanta? And these are things that we think about on our side of things too. Why should our companies care that we could do all these things for them? They could probably get these services other places too. Why is TAG the best place to do this? And that's what I'm hoping to change y'all's perspective or educate you guys more on. So did a little bit of research and looked at traditional tech associations throughout the country and similar ones that are in technology and that work with companies similarly to what we do. So I actually talked to a lot of my friends with TECNA, or the Technology Council of North America, met with all of them out in Portland, Oregon this summer. So I got a lot of really neat insight from the way the way companies do things across the country and the way that other associations do things across the country, and tried to employ some of that. The typical tech association has goals where you can learn about new trends, connect other people, hopefully lead, thought leadership within your field. Activities where you can go and do professional development or trainings. Learn a new coding language or get sales leadership training. You can earn certifications like CIO certifications that we offer, or Lean Six Sigma certificates. You can go to events, a million of them. We have over 250, so there's one every single day of the year except our weekends. You can attend conferences, go to major events. I was at a ribbon cutting yesterday for a company that opened a new innovation center here in Atlanta. Or you can go to our Georgia Technology Summit. And then, of course, there are advocacy services. There are legislative issues, so there are things that, your business goals are trying to accomplish. And these are all really culminate in a series, in my mind, of even more questions. We have all of this stuff we can do. How do we do it? How do we make sense of it? And how do we make it useful for us? Because we all have a job to do at the end of the day. So how can we take everything that TAG offers and actually make it useful for us? And this is where we run into problems. I hope y'all are liking my pictures. I got really excited picking all these out. But this is where we run into problems. And this is what I hear from the majority of my TAG members. We have 250 events a year. We have 34 societies. We have a team of 40 in-house. But here are the challenges that face the average TAG member and, to be fair, the average business adult. Budget. Do these companies have a budget for Premier membership? Do they have it year over year? Have they been restructured? Have they acquired? Have they merged with another company and the budget's tied up for the rest of the year? Have they had to do a lot of hiring and or firing? Things like that. Those things happen. Do they have time to attend the events? I don't know about you guys, but, I come into work, in the morning. I stay all day long. I have a family at home. Sometimes the last thing I want to do is go to another event to talk to people. So how do we make an event so enticing that you want to spend your time there? Distance and traffic to events. Now, this might be unique to Atlanta in itself, but we all know that Atlanta traffic is its own special beast. And so that does pose a problem for some of our members. Those members that are in the South City region or in Peachtree City or, even in Alpharetta or Cumming. We all know that sometimes it can take an hour and a half to get to Midtown. So, that's, tough. Work-life balance. Again, attending events after working hours. You have things you have to do to go home. You have to put the kids to bed, make dinner, iron clothes, just general everyday life things. And then one that is always a tough thing that happens, meeting peers that don't want to be sold to or that don't want to hear anything about your business because they are approached constantly. So how do we take all of those offerings and overcome all of these challenges and make it easy? We disrupt things. So this is a huge technology trend this year, disruption. It's not just about innovation. It's not just about challenging people. It's about coming in and, causing a ruckus, causing a disruption that makes people turn around and look and say, hey, what is going on? And that's a huge theme for TAG this year, is embracing disruption. It's actually the theme of our luncheon series that we hold up in North Metro and North Fulton areas, is embracing that disruption. How are these companies and how are you as an individual taking the disruptions that are happening and then using them to your advantage? And I was kind of thinking about it, so in case anyone's wondering, this little stick figure in the middle is you guys. But there, on one side of the continuum is innovation, and on the other side is disruption. And I think in a lot of instances, people can think of them as the same, but in this instance, let's think of them as opposites. Innovation is doing things the same, but better than you were doing them before. So instead of, sending out 5,000 snail mail, invitations to a party, you can send in 5 minutes one via email. That's innovation. You're doing the same thing you were doing before, but you're finding a better way to do it. Then there's disruption. You're doing new things that make the old things obsolete. And what does that look like? And that's a huge question for us, and a huge question that we challenge our members. What does disruption look like for you? Is it, aligning goals? Is it taking something that you guys have been doing forever and changing it so that you can do it do it differently, but it mixes things up? And so that's what we are not only focusing on to help you guys in terms of business, but to help you grow as individual professionals as well. As how do we take that disruption and really, shake things up to make them better? So the disruption of the average membership. I'd say the average membership now consists of, a variety of things. You have a one-on-one with your relationship director. You have an orientation with your relationship director annually. You get as many people in your company or in your staff opted into the membership as possible. You get some email, you get weekly emails of our top 10, and you get different, calls or emails. I know we all get a lot of emails that invite you to different events or to apply for an award program or to do this, that, and the other. And so it's a lot of information being given to you all at once. And right now the model is we give you information, we hope you do it. The disruption of the average membership. And this kind of comes onto the side of things where we have to flip it and say, okay, these are all the things we can offer you. How are we going to work with you to make these things happen? And so these are some challenges I've put forth to a lot of my companies, is think of what we offer you in different terms. Instead of thinking like, oh, there's 5 events I can go to. There are 5 different professional development groups I can go to. I can get this certificate. I can get that certificate. Think of it in terms of, what are your business goals? What is, as I'm talking, sit here and think in your head at this moment in time. What's a business goal you've been challenged by your supervisor or by your board of directors or by anyone in your company to accomplish this year? Even if it's hiring a new person on your team, or if it's coming up with an innovative way to change your budget, or whatever the business goal might be. Think of that, what you're trying to accomplish. And then I challenge you to meet with your relationship director and tell them, this is my business goal for the year. I want you to help me accomplish that. Not only does that give us, a sense of direction, but we're going to get you in front of the things that make this whole membership is useful to you. If it's, hey, I need to create a budget for something we've never done before. Okay, let's get you in front of some CFOs to be able to have this experience. Let's get you a meeting with someone from a large-scale company similar to yours, or a small-scale company similar to yours. Get you in front of people that can help you create this situation. Let's get you to some professional, let's get you to a training course on creating budgets for innovative solutions. Let's do all these different things that we can do to accomplish that business goal. And then we take it goal by goal. And that not only makes the membership useful and makes it more enticing, because it's giving you back something. It's not just events to attend. It's not just, a free beer to drink or someone new to talk to or to network with. It's giving you a goal and a tangible way for us to help you accomplish that goal. So on those terms, the next way I challenge you to disrupt your membership, take advantage of it. And I mean that in the way that take advantage of us. Everything we have is for you guys. And so I challenge you and encourage you, use every bit of it. Use all of it. Ask us questions. Make us give you answers. Make us give you reports and information and all of this stuff that we can give you, because the more information and the more we can give to you, the better off and the more useful it's going to be. So definitely take advantage of us. Ask for every bit of information possible. We have lists of people that are attending events. We can give everything but their contact information. We can give you information on what's coming up for the next year if you're planning budgets or you're planning speaking roles, things like that. We can tell you things like, oh, hey, here are the new companies that are coming to Atlanta. Let's get you meetings. Let's get you warm introductions. Here's the theme for next year's Georgia Technology Summit. Why don't you start working on something now so we can make sure you're a winner next year? Things like that are going to get you ahead and get you using this membership. Ask us for that information. We'll gladly give it to you. Again, think about your professional goals. Not only your company goals that I mentioned in the top, what are your business goals, but what are your personal goals? Are you trying to one day, do you aspire to become the CEO? Do you aspire to change careers? That's information that we can help you with, and not if it's something confidential, we can definitely help you figure out a way to not share it accomplish your personal goals as well as your company goals, whether it's to grow, whether it's to develop, whether it's to change something. That's what we're helping you here. My next challenge is delegate. Some of my most successful, and I say successful in terms of they use their membership and it's become a business tool for them, is to delegate those tasks. Create an internal council. If people say, you guys are interested in this, let's all take on this together as a team. It's a lot of information, it's a lot of events, especially all funneled through one person, and I can even understand some of the burnout that happens. So create a small, group around you that helps you with all these tasks. If you have someone that's very interested in finance, or you have your internal legal counsel, or your internal government affairs person, divide and conquer. And then finally, spin it. And I mean this in the PR way that we think of spinning things. One way that I always encourage my companies to present a tag membership is that this is a benefit your company is, you guys as champions and your company is providing to your employees. The membership, with Premier Membership, it's a company-wide enrollment. There's no extra charge after the initial payment of membership. So, when the leadership or the champion has purchased this membership for you guys, spend it as a benefit. Put it right in there with your HR benefits, your 401k, all that stuff. We even have documentation that you can add to a new employee packet if you want it, that says, this is a benefit we've provided to you. Make sure you take advantage of it. This could be valuable to you, and get people excited about it. And then I wanted to talk about some of the ways that I'm hoping this disruption can help accomplish some tangible goals for you guys. So, there's professional development. Of course, that's the easy one. You hear a lot about professional development courses. So not only can professional development lead to personal growth, helping you figure out, problems internally, but it can also lead to other things. It leads to promotions. It leads to a new job. And it could potentially lead to you opening your own business. Becoming an entrepreneur. So always keep in mind that where something may sound, a small certification or a small training course in sales leadership may sound small from TAG, it can lead to some big things. With connections and networking, first of all, you have to go to the events to get the usefulness out of it. Again, I know there's always a time crunch, there's always a traffic crunch, but the best way to meet people and to make these connections are to be at the events. And please ask your relationship director for suggestions for your company, for yourself. You say, hey, this is what I do, this is what I am interested in finding out. I want to meet people that can help me accomplish this, this, and this. Tell me what to go to. And they will love it. We love direction. Ask a lot of questions. So here, if you're at an event, ask questions. Pick that person's brain. We're trying to get the top level industry professionals, if possible, in front of you guys and give you the information that you need. So ask questions. So I put the stranger danger. But what I wanted to accomplish with this picture is talk to someone you don't know. A lot of times I see the same people going to events and talking with the same people, and that's great. We all have our friends, professional friends, but talk to someone new. Talk to someone you don't know at these events. I always try to find someone new to talk to right before events get started, and it's amazing some of the things I've learned and some of the ways I've been able to connect people just by having a conversation. A great example of this, I was talking to someone the other night at our tag orientation for non-members. And he was telling me that, he had spent his whole career in one vertical, and now all of a sudden they've told him that he's going to be working in DevOps, and he doesn't really know anything about it. He's learning as he goes. And I was like, well, I think I can help you. I said, I manage the DevOps. I said, not only do I manage the membership, but I also manage the DevOps Society. So I said, I can enroll you in your company's membership. I can get you into the DevOps groups for free, and I can connect you with our board chair who's super knowledgeable and would love to have lunch with you and tell you help you fill the gaps. So in one 5-minute conversation, I may have saved him a month's worth of headaches. And then finally, follow up. The people you meet at these events, they always have business cards, and sometimes people do want to sell things to you, but sometimes those things are useful. So, and some people just want to make connections and meet with everyone. So definitely follow up, and on that note, follow up with us as well, and make us follow up with you, because the more conversations and the more partnerships we have, the more useful these memberships can be for you guys. Legislative influences in government services. I would say this is probably one of our most underutilized advantages we have at TAG. So for anyone that doesn't know, we actually have 3 registered lobbyists that sit here in staff, in the office, day to day. We work on things on a state level, on a federal level. We actually have created a new group called the National Technical Security Coalition that is empowering CISOs, or Chief Information Security Officers, from all over the country, so not just Georgia companies, to take part and take a leadership in cybersecurity measures for Georgia companies. So these CISOs from these major companies across the country are focusing in on Georgia because we are a data center and a cybersecurity leader in the country. But some things that we've done with our legislative influences, we've been able to help change the weighted GPA of college students so they can keep their Hope Scholarship, and we help develop a more STEM-ready workforce, and therefore are able to give you guys new employees and new interns every summer. Excuse me. We have been able to get tax breaks for research and development, so there's always opportunities for that, that we can hopefully connect you with the right people to get you the right tax breaks. Data centers, we have a lot of connections with data centers, and not only that, but cybersecurity forums and people that are really leading the charge on that. And one thing to really think about in terms of our legislative influence in our government services is a lot of things happen, at the government level that benefit even the private and the public companies. What kind of tax breaks are we getting? What kind of public incentives are we getting? How can all of this information benefit your corporation? And not only does it affect your companies, but it affects the state of Georgia. We have 6 chapters around the state of Georgia. In each city, Columbus, Savannah, Athens, things like that, kind of has her own little niche throughout the company. So, throughout the city. So we can connect you with really cool people that are, maybe they may be down in Columbus or they may be in Savannah, but it can really make a difference in your business. And then, of course, last but not least, exposing you to trends, the one that we try to connect you with always. So we are always looking for the newest and the coolest trends that are coming out. We try to keep things fresh and exciting. I know everyone has heard of Internet of Things by the end of this year. I feel like I could be an expert speaker on the Internet of Things, but it's really a huge deal right now. Same with cybersecurity, but we're also looking at other things like operational excellence in manufacturing and information of everything, which I think will be a huge topic next year, where not only are we looking at the Internet of Things, but how is everything around us keeping data on us. So makes you think twice about wearing your Fitbit, doesn't it? But lots of big data, lots of storage, and these are areas where Georgia really thrives and leads. So not only is this a great opportunities for learning, but it's great opportunities for connections, and we can connect you with those people, and we will connect you with those people. You just have to let us know you want to be connected. And then last but not least, there is something that I always encourage people, and someone told me this joke, and I always use it because I thought it was hilarious. Someone told me, someone came up to a colleague of mine, one of our board of directors members, and asked them, why can't I get any sales leads? And he was like, well, did you get in awesome shape the first day you signed up for the gym? You got to put something into it, because they hadn't come to any event. So TAG is one of those groups that you're absolutely going to get out of it what you put into it, and let us know how we can help you put effort into it, help you get a membership. Even little things like this webinar, for instance, that's being recorded. So I know that the people that had meetings at this time, people have told me, like, I have a meeting at 11, I can't sign in. Can you send it to me? Absolutely, I'll send it to you. We have YouTube videos that are tag-alongs with major leaders in TAG, and TAG tips that help you do things if you can't remember how to register for an event, even little things like that. So they're always, you definitely are going to get out of it what you put into it, but there's also always ways we can help you figure out how to put more into it, and someone willing to help you do it. So that is kind of what my thought is on getting really involved in TAG. So this is my personal challenge to you guys: is think of your first 90 days, or if for a new company, or in this case, the next 90 days. Ask yourself these questions: who is your relationship director? Find out if you don't know, and if you don't know, feel free to ask me. I can tell you. I manage all of them, so I'm happy to answer any questions. I always have my phone on me, and I'm always answering emails. So, and it delights me to connect people with their people and get more people involved. I love when I get the emails that say I really have a passion about this topic, and I'm like, ooh, please, let me get you to the right place. Ask people, ask that relationship, are there any exciting events coming up that I can go to? It's not always panels and, educational talk. There's a Tag It Golf tournament on Monday. Our Excalibur Award is a huge event. We're going to be doing a big celebratory send-off for Tino this year. Our Techie 5 and 10K, if we have any runners in the house, hey, it's a good way to get some exercise on a Saturday morning. Volunteer opportunities. We work at the Atlanta Food Bank. We work with students in the area. We work with college kids. So if you love giving back, we will definitely help you find a place to do it. We have holiday parties. I know we're going to have a Halloween mixer this year, so definitely get your Halloween costumes ready. We're going to have tons of Christmas mixers. I'm trying to put something together, college football themed. So lots of different ways to not only go to events but have fun with them. And then, of course, our Premier Member Mixers. We're always having themes. Those are private invitation events for the Premier members, so you have a great group of people to connect with and work with. And, it definitely narrows the field of the people you're going to be networking with. And then last but certainly least, make a game plan. We love nothing more than people to say, hey, let's put down a game plan of like 6 things I want to accomplish in the first 90 days or in the first 6 months. And we will write them down and we will do it. That's one of my absolute favorite things is that, I have a binder that keeps engagement plans or game plans of the companies I've been able to talk with and say, hey, let's put together this game plan for you guys. And I just go down one at a time and I just accomplish one goal after the next. And, it's really proved for these companies to be super useful. So a lot of information on this webinar, and I know that sometimes, like I said, the amount of information that TAG can send out to you guys and the amount of opportunities we have for everyone can be overwhelming. So I hope this kind of broke it down into kind of a real terms of what TAG membership is, how to use it, and how to take advantage of it. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, is to support you guys and to serve you guys as companies of Atlanta, because you all represent the Atlanta community, and we are just a supporting role. So this is probably a little bit shorter than your average webinar, but really wanted to thank you guys for letting me do this and letting me chat with you guys. But and Perry for setting it up. But if anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. And I should have put a slide on here with my contact information, but please never hesitate to reach out to me. My email is ecook, ECOOK, @tagonline.org, and my direct phone number to my desk is 404-526-6035. And I encourage you, call me, email me anytime. Absolutely, I welcome it. I love to talk to people. If y'all can't tell, I'm a little bit of a jabberjaw, so I would love to talk to you. But if anyone has any questions, definitely shoot them at me.
And Emily, we want to thank you so much. I think this was really a great overview kind of what TAG has to offer. And I know Emily very well. She could probably go on about how great the benefits are for being a member. So like she said, if you do have any questions, feel free to email her. I didn't see any come in during the session, but feel free to give her a call. She's always happy to answer them. And Emily, we want to thank you so much for participating with us today. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day.
No problem. Glad to do it.
Yep, and we want to thank everyone, and we hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. And this will be on our YouTube channel once it's finished. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.